Have you ever wondered if the reason you're not seeing sales is because of the colors you're using in your designs, or maybe even the size and dimensions of your listing photos? What if I told you that after studying over 1,000 Etsy shops this year, there are 7 game-changing mistakes and fixes that will help you absolutely blow up on Etsy in 2026? So I have spent thousands of hours analyzing Etsy shops, from brand new Etsy sellers to sellers that do over $1 million a year in profit. What I found is that most Etsy sellers are missing the exact same elements that the top shops have mastered. The first mistake is something that is hiding in plain sight. This is one of the biggest reasons that Etsy shops kind of stall out, and this is when they use outdated aesthetics. I'm talking about the colors, the fonts, the mock-ups, even the phrases. And this year, your shop's vibe and aesthetic matters more than ever. Does everyone remember the groovy font, kind of in my era look? That font is so 2022, 2023. And some people are still putting it on things this year. You can instantly identify when someone is using last year's script font that was doing well 12 months ago, and they're still running with it. And the first font that comes to mind for me is the Brittany font in Canva. Does everyone know what I'm talking about? So how do you fix this? Definitely focus on creating certain aesthetic Pinterest boards with aesthetics that certain types of customers like, and there are going to be 20, 30, 40, 50 boards. Each of those boards are going to be curated around an aesthetic, and pay attention to the colors, the fonts, the mock-ups, the fit of the apparel, the age, the hairstyles, the rest of the outfit and accessories that's going with the sweatshirt or the t-shirt. Pull in trending colors from brands like Stanley and Lululemon and Pottery Barn Kids. We have to stay 10 steps ahead. Do not rely on what was working for you more than 12 months ago. Now, the second point is something that you might be doing right, but you might be doing it in the wrong order. And this is building around a niche instead of a customer. So I want you to stop thinking in terms of niches and start thinking in terms of customer types and customer profiles. Let's say there's a shop that's entirely focused on the sustainable college dorm decor niche. They happen to be targeting a lot of broke college students, which are not ideal customers. But if the shop had pivoted to maybe empty nesters who are buying gifts for their college-age kids, those same products could have made 10 times more money. So think about people who shop from brands and stores like Anthropologie, Sugarfina, Williams-Sonoma, Restoration Hardware, Marc Jacobs, Michael Kors, Kate Spade. And instead of thinking of a niche, think of who shops at those stores. Now, the third point will answer why you're not getting traffic. This is a combination of two things. Number one is a lack of listing volume while also competing with your own SEO. I have seen this so many times, and I am adamant about this. It's not about having a high number of listings. It's about having a wide variety of long tail keywords. However, if you hardly have any listings, 3 to 10 listings, Etsy hardly has anything to rank in their search results. And on the other hand, if you have a lot of listings, but they all have very similar SEO, then Etsy has nothing unique to test in different keyword searches. So you're essentially competing with yourself. And let's say that half of your listings are of one type of product. You have 25 listings that are teacher t-shirts. What is the chance that those 25 listings are going to show up on the first page of search for teacher t-shirts? Not likely at all. When I started on Etsy, you could have 10, 12 of your products on the first page of search results. That is not the case anymore. A year ago, I had a student who had about 18 listings, but 16 of those listings had basically the same keywords. They were just putting them in different orders, and their traffic was like nothing. But once we used our method of positioning for different customers, their traffic went from the traffic that 2 listings would have to now the traffic that 18 unique listings should have. And the goal is always 20 unique visits per listing per day. So my recommendation for this is to get around 50 to 100 optimized listings live in your shop. And we want to have unique long tail keywords. So 8 unique long tail keywords for every single listing. And that way, every single listing is showing up under unique sets of search results. That is going to do wonders for your traffic. The fourth point has to do with you killing your own conversion rate without realizing it. And this is by having incomplete or overwhelming customization options. Some of the differences between the options you're giving your customer are so subtle that it makes it a hard hard decision. The customer doesn't really care if it's a light yellow or a butter yellow. Either one works for them. And so adding this extra decision, it's just adding noise. One of my favorite things to do to increase conversion rate is stripping out the options. We make sure that all options are visually represented, every variation can be shown, and we're only focusing on options that customers care about. Sometimes that is a modern font, an all caps font, and a script font, and that's it. The fewer questions a buyer has, the fewer decisions they have to make, the more likely they are to convert. Now, this next tip is about the number one tool that you probably are not using correctly, and this is Pinterest. Pinterest is not dead. People think, oh, Etsy and Pinterest, they don't connect. You don't need them to connect for Pinterest to work like crazy for you. And this is exactly how I drove 122,000 visits to a single listing on Etsy without any ad spend. I optimized my listings for Pinterest in every single way. My shop got over 90% of its external traffic from Pinterest alone. How do we do this? Well, Pinterest only works, number one, if your listings are optimized, and number two, if you have the right SEO. Pinterest is a search engine. It requires you to have amazing SEO. Otherwise, you might as well not even pin the listing. We need to treat every single Etsy listing like it is being made to succeed on Pinterest. This means the right photos, the right keywords, the right descriptions, and then the right timing and placement of those pins across the right boards that have the right titles. I know it sounds complicated, but once you get a system down, you can do this in like 10 to 15 minutes a day. Become an expert in Pinterest. It is worth your time. Now, this next tip is a mindset shift that will change everything. And this is about selling functional items in your shop that you then personalize. I think this will matter more than ever this year. Sell something that people would buy plain, okay? Like a spoon, a platter, a cup, a tumbler, a t-shirt, a bag, a backpack, and then add personalization as a bonus. But I'm talking about items that people need. So it's something that someone would buy no matter what, and you're offering it personalized. And I have seen so much consistency of revenue come into shops when they make this pivot. Move away from frivolous items, disposable items, things that people don't really use or care about, and move into products that have high utility. Would someone buy this thing even if it was not personalized? If the answer is yes, then adding personalization can dramatically increase your average order value and get that emotional buy-in. Now, this next tool is something that will change your entire shop and your workflow for creating optimized listings. And this tip is to optimize your entire shop with one tool called etSEO. If you are trying to manually optimize 100 listings and you have no idea how to do it, that can be a full-time job to try to figure out. And etSEO is a tool that can cut that time down by like 90%. It ensures that you're actually optimizing your listings correctly. Actually, we had one seller use etSEO to update one of their listings. That one listing went on to make $6,000. Her name is Frances, and we did interview her on our channel. And there's like 100 more examples, but it really works. And you can connect your shop and batch optimize your listings. And we'll show you in one dashboard how many of your listings are optimized. And it allows you to focus on the things that only you can do, which is really executing on the vision of your shop. Now, one thing that I do get the most questions on related to what I shared with you today is the Pinterest strategy. So we're going to put up this next video that's all about Pinterest. You can click on that video, go deeper into that step-by-step Pinterest strategy. And then if you are interested in joining one of my free master classes where I give you tactics and I break them down, things that you could be doing in your business to actually grow it, I would love for you to scan that QR code that we're going to put on the screen. And this code will get you a free seat at my next free masterclass. We'll also put the link in the description and then in the comments as well. So I hope to see you over at my class. All right, thanks guys.